The Arty 84 Show.
All right, we got everyone here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Arty 84 Show. This is episode 242. It has been, well, how long has it been? It has been basically almost a year since we had broadcasted for you guys. And we were in a hiatus because we were trying to figure out what way we're going to move this show and how we're going to change it a little different today. We obviously thought about it. We've been doing some other projects. You may have seen me and Adam, who used to be on the show, at doing the Girls Nest podcast we do every week for the Newport Girls up in down, I should say, in Newport, Rhode Island. So, in addition to that, we're going to start the show over. We're not really quite sure the path of the show 100%. We know we're going to do this maybe once or twice a week. I'm thinking about calling it the ID84 Happy Hour because we're going to be doing it right after work. So it's going to be a little bit different than last time. Prior shows we would do at night. This show we're gonna do typically during the day. So we're live on Facebook right now. So if you're a fan of DJ at 84 Comedy on my Facebook page right now, you can watch this show live. If you're not, you can also catch us on the DJ at 84 YouTube page. On a later date, we're gonna edit it and record it to you. So as you can see, we're at an outside studio today, changing things up a little bit here. We have this is kind of the mobile studio, if you will. We've been kind of experimenting with this over the summertime so far, and it's been working very well. So it's not a bad thing to be outside while you have to do the working day. So we have the live chat on right now on Facebook. So if you want to add on and you want to chime in at any point in time during the show, feel free. I'll be more than happy to take any questions and answer any questions you guys have, since it's been a while since we've all gotten together and talked and everything like that. So basically right now, I just want to go ahead and check to make sure we are live on Facebook. It's tough to tell sometimes, you know what I mean? We got to do a little test here. But I think we're going to be all right. It looks like there's some magic going on here, I'd say. All right, we're there. Look at that. How do you like those apples? Okay, so we're working on Facebook. But okay, so everybody knows we are in the summer of 2024. It's a huge election year for President of the United States. So for our international viewers, we do this little song and dance every 4 years. But it takes a whole 18 months prior to the election going into all the nit and gritties that involve in said election. For example, there's the primary for either side, sometimes both sides, depending on, if it's the last term a president can go for. For example, when Obama was done, there was a primary for Democrat and Republican because basically there were two new people coming into the game. And it just so happens those two people were in a battle that first time around in 16, and now, Biden obviously lost 16's primary to Hillary, and then Biden went in 2020. And here we are again, Trump and Biden. So you have to be living under a rock if you haven't been watching the debate that was on last Thursday. I've seen clips of it and have an assessment of basically what you think the future of this country has to hold. It's a very interesting concept when you see how terrible Biden did during the debate and be able to wake up the next morning without the fear that the Canadians were going to invade us, seeing how easily we'd be able to be pushed over. It is pretty interesting situation. Realistically, is Joe Biden really running the country? You would have to say one way or another. He probably isn't. And the reason I say that is because he clearly doesn't have the mental state to make decisions of that matter. And it is true that he does appear to be suffering or have early signs of Alzheimer's, which is clear to see. If anyone who's have a loved one or known someone who's been going through it, had gone through it, The early signs were clearly there. You could even just see if you look at his his him up on stage from from 4 years ago for that debate, and 4 years prior to that, 8 years ago when he was in the primary for the Democratic Party, and 12 years prior to that, you could see a very sharp, distinct decline as the years go on. And it is very unfortunate that we have a president in that state of mind. It is very unfortunate that a human being is in that state of mind and has to be pushed out there day in and day out to do what one would say the hardest job probably this country has. Probably one of the hardest jobs, not physically, but more mentally and emotionally than anything else, than any other jobs. Obviously, working in a coal mine is obviously a more physical job that could be a lot harder to do, but mentally, emotionally, there's a lot of stuff that goes into being a president of the United States, and it's a 24-hour job. No matter what they say, people will they take the weekend? They don't take the weekend. They can't take the weekends off. The problem is a job of that magnitude. And I'm not saying both candidates are the ideal two candidates to run the country. I am saying though that one has a proven record that had did pretty well, minus the COVID year, and that was no one's fault. But well, we can go down the ladder whose fault it was. But I think we all know why and how, and coincidentally, maybe it happened at the time it did, and now it's kind of gone. And but these aren't the two candidates that I don't think anyone wants. I think we probably would prefer younger people, maybe someone in their at least their 50s or 40s. That does matter. It's the late 70s, early 80s isn't doing very well for long term when the average age of people survive in this country is around 80 years old. So now you have two guys that potentially could die of of old age. But like I do say, you do have two presidents that have already proven themselves or not proven themselves over the last two terms. So you have a good evaluation. Take personalities aside. Just look, and this is what I try to get through from some people who, well, I'm not voting for Trump because I don't like him. Listen, there's a lot of people you don't like in this world, but they do a good job. I'm sure we all work for companies that were very successful and did very well, but we didn't like the owners or the bosses that we worked directly under or anything of that matter. I'm sure that's happened a lot, but at the end of the day, we all kind of just go with it because we know things are going good for everything. So, and we kind of live with it. But so you take the personalities aside of the two candidates and you just basically judge them by how successful each were. And that alone should give you enough information of who you should vote for. Now, it's funny because when people who clearly are going to vote for Trump, most of them say they will. Some are very subtle. People who clearly are in favor of Biden and know he's doing a terrible job will say, well, both candidates stink. As soon as I hear both candidates stink, I know right off the bat that you wanted to vote for Biden. You're probably still going to vote for Biden, but you don't want to vote for Biden or you're not going to vote at all. And I want to know why. I want to know why at this segment of this far down into the election, I guess you could say, season, you are still thinking you're going to vote for Biden. And I don't want to hear the answer because I don't like Trump, because that's a stupid answer. It's terrible answer. I don't like him. Why don't you like him? Give me 3 reasons why you don't like him. Because that's what I want to know. I hate these people who go, I'm not voting because I don't like this guy. Blah, 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 blah. Give me 3 reasons and I'll see if I could debunk those reasons. The problem is a lot of yous out there And this includes boomers, this includes young kids, this includes everyone out there. A lot of you do not vet your news. A lot of you get your news from different locations that may or may not be accurate in the sense of, you know, reliable news sources. For example, TikTok is not where you want to get your news from. And I'll tell you why. Because it's unvetted. You have everyone's opinion out there, and it's manipulated by different people and stuff like that too. So you don't know exactly what you're getting is the truth. You don't know if it's being revved up by foreign nations who may own TikTok, who are pushing it forward. You don't know where the sources came from either. If you get any news from MSNBC, sorry, as soon as if you reference that, I'm out. Sorry, I can't go any further. Or the View too. If you're watching, I want to know: is anyone out there actually watching the Views? I need to know who's watching the View. When I was a kid, I watched the View with my grandmother, and we used to watch it every day over vacation when I would be over the house, and it was not what it is today. I hardly remember anything political about the show. I do remember there were two sides of everything. There was a conservative side when he had Hasselback on, and obviously Joy, who's on there now, is the very liberal side, and then Barbara Walters kind of kept it in the middle a little bit. It was a good happy medium, and they wouldn't go so far into diving into one political. If you watch The View right now, it is clearly a left extreme TV show, and it goes without say. All you gotta do is watch a couple minutes of it. They focus purely on the Democratic Party. They don't have any. They don't throw anything against the wall for the other party at all. It is clearly a left wing news media program that has been basically used to try to get middle aged or stay at home moms, middle aged housewives, some stay at home dads, people who are watching the kids, doing things around the house, have the View on and the background noise. I don't even know what network is. Is it ABC? So maybe you're watching Good Morning America, and that's the next show that comes on after that. You don't even realize it's on. You're just hearing stuff, and this is what it's based upon. This is why they do this. This is why they put the show what it is. Most people wake up in the morning, they'll throw Good Morning America on, or the Today Show, any of those shows on, to get like an update on what news or anything important that's going on, the weather, stuff like that. And they're watching the show. Most people, as they're getting dressed, getting breakfast ready for the kids, and whatever else to do. Now, the people that are staying at home, well, just leave the TV on all day for that channel, right? You've been to like older people's houses, and the TV's just on all day, whatever channel they put on in the morning, right? And especially if you're vowed to like one particular news channel. Like my parents love Channel 5 for some reason in Boston. We're up in Boston, WCBB. It's all they watch for news. They have no other option. Channel 5 has always been the channel that's been on the house ever since I was a kid. Still on there right now. I don't know what their allegiance is to Channel 5. I take it or leave it. I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I really don't know. But this is what they do. So you figure you're watching something like that, and then the next show that comes on is Good Morning America after the news is over, right? And then you get into whatever show's been left in the background as you do when you shows over there. So these people on the View are subliminally messaging people who are watching the show who aren't really watching the show, but they're picking up little pieces and bits, right? And for the average person is not really that concerned into politics, is basically just ignoring the fact of it and taking it what it is. So they'll hear something. So one of their friends will say something like, "Oh, well, I heard that Trump did blah 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 and Biden did blah blah blah." Where they hear from, probably the View, but they don't really realize they heard from the View. This is the whole setup. This is the whole reason they do it. And the problem is the left wing controls majority of the media, so this is a good percentage point for them on people who are staying at home and doing stuff. Now, does everyone who watches the show agree with them? Absolutely not. There are some people that are smart enough to realize that maybe the View isn't the best place to be getting your news from. Just saying. Because you know what? It isn't. I'm going to be quite frank with you. It is probably one of the worst places to get your news from along with MSNBC. I'm not saying that Fox News is any better. They also have their biases as well. But I would suggest to people out there who um who want to get some news, who want to get, informed about stuff, I would say, view different sources. Watch Fox, watch CNN, watch your local news. Go online, watch Sky News, watch Newsnet. It's so many different places. Watch the same story and then hear the differences on it. And then you make yourself an opinion on it. Because if you hear from one source, especially if it's one source that leans particularly to the right or to the left, you're going to become biased depending on whatever, you're going to be biased depending on whatever side you're on and also by what you personally prefer as your political side too. So right. So if you go and listen to a bunch of stuff and get yourself a educated assessment, and then come back, and then you can have an intelligent conversation. And your number one source was like, "Well, I heard on the View that so and so did so and so." We don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear it. I don't. It is. I am the Democratic National Committee must be providing the salaries to the people of the View, because I couldn't even tell you other than Joy. Oh, Whoopi's on there too. She's on there to give her 2 cents about everything. Some of the most out of touch millionaire Hollywoodites who really know what it's like to be a regular person, right? I'm sure they're the person you want to get some information from. And that's the problem with these politicians too, and that's the problem why a lot of these people don't like Trump. A lot of people don't like Trump is because he's kind of like used the term regular dude, you know, lightly, because he's obviously a millionaire. He's also in a different lifestyle. He also roles in a different segment of people, but he's not a politician. And a lot of these people are just strictly politicians in politics and stayed their entire lives and never worked a real job. AOC has never had a real job. She went right into politics after being a bartender at college. And I mean a real job, meaning a real job that connect. All jobs are real, but a real job that connects to whatever your major was or whatever you foresee going into, right? So if you're a business major, if you're a lawyer, you have a job. Now, Biden, I believe, was a DA in Delaware, very young. How he got that gig so young, beyond me, because I guess he did practice law for a little while after law school, but it doesn't seem like they would just be giving some 30-something-year-old a DA position, unless you knew something or something was going on. So, and as you see behind me, Charlotte is talking to the dogs. Charlotte, would you like to come over here? Okay, you see yourself on the camera? Charlotte is not political. In fact, Charlotte is the opposite of politics, and is just enjoying summer vacation. Oh, there you are. Would you like to say hi to him? All right, I'll put you up here, right here. Okay, can you say hi? Hi. And what's
She's that.
there she is.
Can
Can you wave to everyone? Okay, okay, I'll put you down. Okay, there you go. All right, that's Charlotte, everyone. So if you like Charlotte, leave a like here. She's enough reason to write it. And again, we're not going politics because this show's never really gone political in all the years we've done this show. We avoid politics for the most part. Over the last 2020, we did have some people come on who were political of some sort, but for the most part, we try to avoid it as much as possible because we're a comedy show. And I just decided basically today we're going to go live with this show as a half-hour segment twice a week. So I have to find guests to come on and possibly a co-host. So if you are a co-host, if you're a comedian or someone who's entertaining and would like to be a co-host and do this show, you don't have to do both shows. You could do it once a week, either the Friday show or the Monday show. I'd be more than happy to have you jump on and kind of toss some stuff with you. But to get off track a little bit off politics, because we all know what's going to happen, and we're going to get really, really deep into this as the season progressively gets closer to what we foresee as the final countdown for the election. But I do want to speak briefly for a little bit about sports, which we do talk a lot about. And I do want to speak about the Boston Celtics winning the championship. They won banner 18 this year. They beat Dallas in 5 games. I was lucky enough to go to game 2 with Susie J. We had a great night. It was a great, nice win for the Celtics. The first, I believe I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4 finals games, and I think I'm 2-2 in the finals games. There she is dancing. She has not been to a finals game, little Charlotte, who's dancing over here on the side. But sure the day comes, maybe her record will be a little bit better than mine. But we did get the win on game 2, which was nice. And the Celtics then went on to game 5 to win the championship in Boston, which was nice. But basically, I did not go to game 5. I sold game 5 as a financial situation, knowing that we could make some good money on the game, which we did because, it was a Monday night and it would have been a little tough to be up all night and have to be up at 5 o'clock, which I am every morning. And then afterwards, so I watched the game on TV with the kids, and then we shut the game off. Charlotte, yes, what would you like? Mummy will be home soon. Okay. All right, it was as simple as that. She just wanted her mummy who will be home soon. So, do you want to, Charlotte? Just want to go. Okay. There we go. See how long that lasts. You can see her right there over my shoulder right there. She's like in the background. She knows she's on camera. She says hi to everyone. I remember the days doing this show, and it was a little easier because we didn't have little rugrats running around. Henry was over there just watching from the couch, and Charlotte, on the other hand, is Coco mellowed out for the day, I think. Charlotte, do you like Coco better or Bluey better? You like Coco and Bluey. She likes them both, apparently. So, Celtics banner 18. I will be at the Garden in October when they do raise the banner. It'll be a great night. Hopefully, it's good against a good rival. The year they won in 08, they raised the banner against Cleveland, which was nice to see LeBron's face as we're raising the banner. I did see some interesting information saying, maybe you guys can tune in and add on to it, that the Celtics are selling the team worth $4 billion or something of that nature before the championship. And it's very interesting to see that they're going to sell it. I mean, the guy Wick, who owned the team for many years, basically has split money into the team. He's one of the best owners in the city of Boston when it comes to sports teams. Hey, Charlotte, why don't you go over there so you don't bother the doggies, okay? And finish eating your mac and cheese. Okay? There we go. So yes, so Wick, who owns the team, of an ownership group. Let's see. Dogs want to come out. Hold on. We'll let the dogs out. We'll let the dogs out. I'm going to let the dogs out. I guess that's the one caveat when you're broadcasting here on the sports porch, is that there's a lot of traffic going in and out, so you can't really have a closed studio set as much as I like. But yeah, selling the Celtics is a very interesting thing to think about, because why would you sell the team when you guys just won the championship and you have a pretty good base for a team for a long time, unless you just want to get out of it? Maybe, you guess you're right. You sell high, you buy low. So that's the way it is. Is he eating your mac and cheese? Did you finish your mac and cheese? Well, you should have finished it. Now he's eating it. And that's how it goes. All we know of kids and food, that if the kid doesn't finish the food, the dog will finish the food. I haven't had a crumb on my floor in 8 years, because one of the dogs will come over and take care of business for us. And you know what? How you like those apples? So I have a very big, what's the word? Advocate? I can't talk. For for doggies. So it's funny. So we're gonna do a show today. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 242. 242 episodes of the show. Over 500 episodes in general, if you count the Arty and Eric show from back in the day, from going back to 2009. So we're approaching, we're in 15 years here of this broadcast, and pioneers of the podcast. Like I said, we was doing podcasts. I was doing podcasts back on my own radio show back in the day when I was in college, before podcasts were even podcasts, before people even downloaded them to your iPads. But it was nothing compared to what it was now. Maybe I should have did a little bit more to get ahead of the game, but I just wanted to get on today and kind of just get my feet wet, because it's been a while since we've done this, and over time you lose an edge a little bit, but I do still feel the passion to get the job done. So we will continue this. We will not have a show Friday because I'm looking at the schedule right now. I am actually out of town Friday for the long weekend. So we will kick back with this show on Monday, July 8th. And like I said, if you're watching this live, you can watch it live when we broadcast on Facebook on the DJ Arty 84 comedy page. And if you don't want, you don't have Facebook, you don't want to do any of that nature, you can watch us on YouTube. And I believe TikTok will, but I think TikTok's only, we can only do 10-minute movies, so these episodes are half hour. So you'll be able to get segments, if you will. Plus people's attention spans these days, When Eric and I did the show, starting back 10 years ago, even more than that, we used to do like 2-hour shows, and after a certain amount of time, you start running out of things to talk about and keeping people's attention span. I think the magical number is anywhere between 30 minutes and 60 minutes for a podcast. And let me know what you think too. That's what I think people can listen to. It leaves them coming back for more. It leaves them to, binge listen at times. If they're only half-hour episodes, you can listen to a bunch at times. And I'm sorry, Charlotte, what's the problem? The doggies are out here. What do you like? Come over here. Come on the camera. Come here. All right. Say hi.
Hi.
And what is it exactly that you are looking for? Huh? What do you like?
Keke.
What, Coco?
Coco. Berry.
You like pepper? Okay. Can we hold the mic all day? Keep it like that. Can we make an assessment that are we going to be getting rid of the passy anytime soon?
About she who's that? Back up.
Okay. Can I take this away and throw it? Yeah.
She's that.
Anyone out there who's parents, we are having a dilemma right now. We have this thing, the binky, the passy, whatever you want to call this thing. And with our first of Henry.
Yeah. It's you.
Bye. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Say bye. Wave. Say bye. Okay. With our first child, he used it for about 2 weeks and he didn't like it, which was great. With our daughter here, where she's 2, and we are trying to pull this away, some kind of method. We're working on. We don't know how. We hide it during the day until she asks for it, or we try not to. She needs it at night. We try to take it away from her at night, but then she wakes up in the middle of the night looking for it. And it's a very tough. So any parents out there have any tips on the passy and how to get rid of the passy, please let me know, because we're dying to know, because we'd like to get this, because I don't want to pay a fortune on dental work long term when she needs, like, she has an overbite because of this thing, and we have to get like brace work done. Not really prefer that. Apparently she has no idea what recording is, because when I tell her to be quiet, she kind of just Just having a day, I guess. It is a Monday after all. Speaking of Mondays, how did your Monday start? My Monday started grand by when I pulled out of the driveway, I had a flat tire. Now, I've been working on this tire for 4 months now. It was a spare. It was the spare tire. I have a full-size spare because I have a Jeep. I had gotten a flat tire way back in like January or February, and I had replaced it with the spare and kept the spare on, and then got the tire that was flat fixed. I threw that in the back, and I just didn't have the time or the energy to swoop them back out. I go, it was a perfectly good tire. Might as well get some wear on it, right? So, about 4 months ago, it's been having a slow leak to it, and I threw some fixer flat in there, and that would last for a couple weeks, and then, I feel like it was every Sunday I was putting air into the tire to get it back to its pressure, and it would last an entire week, no problem whatsoever. And then again, boom, again flat. So it wouldn't get totally flat. It would deflate it would lose about 10 pounds of pressure. So I would just fill it up and it was fine. And then this morning was the final straw, I believe. I pulled out of the driveway. It was completely flat. So it slow leaked all day. And we used the car all day yesterday too. So it must have been just the way it just sat and was ready to go, I guess. So it's its time. So I do need a new tire. Hopefully they could be able to patch it. They were able to patch the tire that's on there now, which is very nice, and save myself some money. And I hate to spend so much money on tires when I know I got to replace them all fairly soon. And I'm not 100% sure if I want to commit to the tires around there. I want to get a little bit of a beefier tire, a little bit more of a, GP tire, if you will. I just need the source money for that. And I'm in a very tight spot thinking of how much I want to spend for fancy tires or keep things the way they are. So I don't know what we're going to be doing, but she ate all this stuff, huh? Yep. Okay. We'll just put it there and we'll throw it away when we're done. Okay. All right. We're almost done out here. So that'd be great. But, yeah, that's all she wrote. So we'll leave it at that. So I had to get my tire. Good thing I have AAA. They came. No, tell me this. You can't replace your own tire. Yes, I can replace my own tire. I was working during the day. I had the kids here at the house. The jack they give you of the Jeep is the saddest jack I ever seen in my life. It's one of those you got twirl, and it's not meant for a Jeep. It's meant for like a golf cart, basically. So this guy comes out. We pay the AAA every year. This whoop, 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 NASCAR style jack, 3 pumps, like the Jeep's in the air. Whoop, 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 whoop. He had the tire off the back, changed and switched in 10 minutes. So, yeah, right? Yeah. So, for what it's worth, it was worth it. And yes, I could replace my own tire, but then I don't want to get my white tee all dirty. You know what I mean? That'd just be terrible for everything. So, but we will leave it there for you guys. Thank you for watching this episode 242 on the Outdoor Sports Porch Studio. This is, like I said, streaming live on Facebook. And if you'd like to watch, you can get us on YouTube and get the audio version on anywhere you get your iPads. Anywhere you get your podcast. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, give me where'sarty.com. Where's Arty? Arty spelled for Y. And we'll see you guys next Monday for episode 243 on July 8th. Same time, 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock here on Facebook Live. So thank you guys very much, and we'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.
The Arty 84 Show.